Good afternoon or good morning, everybody. Hopefully, today's class will be as interactive and insightful as all the classes we have had thus far. Let me tell you something. Um, as a reminder, I must tell you that the video, the recording for this class is available to you. Is available to you. And to make it easy for you, I want you to use the same passcode. All the recording have the same passcodes. You don't have to email me to ask for passcode. If you enter the passcode that you have, it doesn't work, then you can contact me to report the problem and I will fix it, okay? So the first thing you're supposed to do when you are prompted to enter a passcode, you're supposed to do so. Enter the passcode that you have. So far, so good. The class has been really great, and it seems that all of you take this opportunity, this learning opportunity very seriously. I could not be proud of you. The sky is your limit, okay? So what I'm going to share my screen with you right now. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, you can see my screen now, everybody. You see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. I'm going to click here. Okay. I'm going to go back again to your class project. I'm going to click here. And for those of you who were not in class last time, you have to remember there is a video right here that explains the class project 100%. So you have to make sure that you watch the video, you follow the step. If you need additional pieces of info, you contact me. I'll be more than happy to provide the additional support that you need. Last time we started doing something very important. Beside the student giving reports on one of the major technical documents that you are required to write for this class, we spent time talking about guidelines for each of the parts of your class project. We didn't touch on all of them. We focus mostly in title page or cover page, okay? And we talk a little bit about cover letter, these two. So what we did, we went over the guidelines for cover letter. We went over the guideline for title pages as well. After we finish doing so, we look at an example of professional formal report to see in what way they are in line with the guidelines for cover letters, and in what way they are in line with the guideline for title page or cover page. And I think that kind of like allow you to understand how to do yours when the time comes for you to do yours. And as you know, everything in life is about imitation. Okay, first of all, you have to know the guidelines. You don't have to memorize them. You have to understand them. Once you understand the guidelines, the next step is to look at examples by other people, okay, that try to follow the same guidelines. And after you have done so, you'll be more than ready to move from being consumers, consuming what other people have done, to being producers. That means to produce, your own cover letters, your own title pages that are in line with the guideline. Once again, the goal for you is to outshine them all. Okay. People always say we stand on the shoulders of giants. On the shoulder of giants, you learn from other people. But you know what? That's mean you have an opportunity to do something better than what they have done. Okay. We're going to go right here again. You see, that's where all the detail of all the parts of your formal report should have are. They are detailed and they are exemplified. And before we go to that, what I would like you to do, I'm going to click on a pause here, and then I will click on the resume button to resume the recording. So what I would like you to do, before even going deeper into guidelines for each part of your class project, for each major part of your class project, and for each minor part of your class project, you have to be aware, I think I mentioned that last time, if you click right here, you will see some possible, these are suggestions. You're not required to follow them. They are suggestions. So what I would like to do, I'm going to take a pause here. I'm going to stop to pause the recording, and I'm going to give you a chance. I know people are very busy to go over, read carefully each of the 11, okay, proposed topics that I have here. These are suggestions again. They are suggestions to you, but you're not required to do any one of them. You can come up with your own. So check them out, read them very carefully, and then come back to tell the class, oh, I'll be interested in number 1. I'll be interested in number 2 if I didn't have my own topic. And maybe some of you may say, oh, I think I'm going to do number 1. I think I'm going to do number 2. So basically, come back and tell me which one of the 11 proposed topic you will be interested in. Okay, that's the assignment for now. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'll be here. In about 5 minutes, I want you to report to the whole class. So go over each one of them. I'm not going anywhere. So go over each one of them and then read them to see which one you'll be willing to, to tackle if you didn't have your own topic for the class project. Okay, so do that, and then after finish doing that, I will go over with you guidelines for some other parts of the class project as we did last time. After doing so, we go over examples of proposals, formal proposals by other people to see whether or not they are in line with the guidelines. Okay, so do that. I'm going to click on recording. I'll be here. You're able to see my face. I'm not going anywhere. So do the assignment and report in about 5 minutes. Pause. I click on pause. What? Resume recording. So basically, where you get it? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you click here. You follow what I mean?
Yep.
You scroll down there was a folder called course project. Everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
And then after that, you click on the page.
Yep.
And then the video that explains the class project is right here. And then when I say click here to select one of the suggestions, you don't have to select one. That's why I added the last part, or come up with your own topic for the class project.
Okay.
You don't even have to email it to me. Even I put email, I trust you, come up with something you would like to do for the class project. So what you do to see for this morning assignment for, okay, this summer right now, what you're supposed to do is to click here. See that?
Yes, sir.
You click here. And then read the guidelines, read the suggested topics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then tell me which one you'll be interested in.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. I'm going to pause the recording again and then we'll resume. Okay, everybody, I believe you did a good job going over all the proposed, the suggested topics, okay? Topic number 1 right here, topic number 2. I have to put them in the recording, that's why I'm doing that. Topic number 3, topic number 4, topic number 5, topic number 6, topic number 7, topic number 8, topic number 9, topic number 10, topic number 11. So the first person who's going to report is Manuel. I heard him saying that he selected number 10, and you're going to tell us why. Go ahead, Manuel.
Yes, I have choose number 10 because I use as a topic for my project paper, mass highway bridge inspection and pre-manufacturing connections and tools qualities.
Mm-hmm.
So I use in accordance with number 10, which is about business in particular, and also is on an organizational experience about large growth of quality manufacturing of bridges and connections with the with a paragraph from number 10, and also establish that all the area department of the manufacturing and production had to has our research, or like advertising the product to another agency, and also to be recognized worldwide with good good reputations. That's why I choose number 10. It's pretty much, it's a big, it's kind of like a paraphrase, but it's not, because I'm talking about bridge, and number 10 talking about the outsourcing have become common in business world particularly.
And then I'm glad you're saying that. That is very. I will let you finish my manual. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're saying that. So the suggested topics are very important, even if you decide not to tackle any one of them, they can inspire you.
Exactly. Yes, as a guide, as a guideline.
Yeah, to come up with your own. Okay.
Yes, and that's what I did. I got my topic out of these pages that you are showing us right now, and I choose number 10, but I change everything around on my own project.
Yep. And I'm glad you're saying that too. And as I said last time, I want the project is yours. When you watch your user manual too, that's yours. feel free to be creative. Go beyond what is asked of you. You can tweak things. Does that make sense?
Yes,
You are in command.
yes, and it's everything connected to number 10, but in different different aspect, in different point of view, with different phrase. And I kind of wrap it up everything about the quality of manufacturing and resources and flyer that they need to be produced for the company to succeed.
Yes, 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 yes. Cool. And one last thing before somebody is pitching is that even if we're talking about the class project now, the class project is not due anytime soon. The class project is due at the end of the semester. The reason why we're talking about guideline for the class project, other things that have to do with the class project, so that you can start working on it as early as possible. If you work on it early, you get a lot of time ahead of you to make it better and better and better. And more importantly, you're able to do the job without a lot of stress. Um, um, when you try to do something at the last minute, you may end up doing it under stress. That's not good for you. I want everybody to have fun with the class project, to have fun during the class project, and to learn while doing it. And also, there's another benefit I think for starting early. Maybe when you are like and when trying to tackle something come to your mind, you say, oh my God, I'm going to change. I'm going to have a different topic. You have time to do that. You have time to change. But if it's the last minute, you'll be stuck to the topic you came up with because you have no time to move to another topic. Okay, everybody get that? So, okay, next. Want to report next? Next.
I can. I was gonna do number 1.
Number 1. Let me put number 1 on the screen.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay, number 1 on the screen.
Yes,
Can you read number 1 for the class?
Yeah, definitely. The company that you work for does not have a website and is not taking advantage of the many internet marketing opportunities that are available today. The use of social media sites for companies pay per click advertising on search engines, article marketing, etc. You decide to do some research about the importance of the internet to maximize your company's exposure and marketing plan, and then write a proposal to the CEO outlining the benefits and the specific strategies you recommend based on your research.
Thank you. Okay, you can talk now.
I just really like that one because I really do. It's not like it inspires me, but I find it fun to look at how websites do pay per click for advertising and just social media sites in general. Like every single website you go on, there's an ad for something. So I feel like it would be a really good idea to write a paper on it to present to a
I
CEO.
forgot to let you finish, but I'm going to piggyback. I'm going to ask something you just said. I want to elaborate on it. Well, let me tell you. When I give you an assignment, you have most of the time you have to remember you write to learn and to communicate, because most of the assignment allow you to do research to learn. Yes or no?
Yeah.
When you learn, then you become an expert. You become an expert on the subject matter, and then with that expertise knowledge, you'll be able to communicate what you want to communicate well. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, keep talking.
That was pretty much it. Just how it would be easy for me to write about something like that because it's already interesting me.
Okay, thank you so much. I was glad to hear that. Next.
I have to agree with her her opinion on the first one, number one, and I
Okay.
also like number 11.
Number 11. We're gonna go to number 11. If you can read it for me. And I forget to ask Manuel to read his, and when we're done, Manuel will read number 10. Okay, go ahead.
Your organization needs to upgrade its computer's equipment. A suggestion that has been made that leasing this equipment could be better advantageous than purchasing the equipment. You have been asked by management to investigate these options. Research both purchasing and leasing computer equipment, knowing the advantages and disadvantages of each. Based on your research and conclusions, offer recommendations to your management.
Okay, go ahead now.
So I like number 1 and number 11, but mostly number 11 because it imagine it in real life.
Mhm.
You obviously need to upgrade your equipment, and you knowing the the
Advantages.
advantages and disadvantages of each, if which is the better option of
Yeah.
purchasing the equipment or leasing the equipment.
Yeah. And
So
yeah, like I said to Ashley earlier, you will have to do research. Through doing research, you're going to learn a lot about the topic. Yes or no? You're going to learn about the advantages. You're going to learn about the disadvantages, and you're going to learn so much more. Okay, you will end up having almost the expertise and knowledge in that. Do you agree with that?
yes, sir.
Yes. So, but do you think you're gonna do number 11 for your class project?
I
Or
I'll
we're gonna
think
do
about
something
it
similar? Okay.
because I like both
Okay. You
both
have,
topics.
and another thing I want to remind you of. Okay, I want to remind you have something very important as well. You can, I mean, the thing you come up with doesn't have to be true. Does that make sense? You can create something. You can imagine you have a company. You can imagine you're working for a company. So you do research and you write your class project based on that. You can be very creative. Everybody understand that? So the bottom line is not about truthfulness. The bottom line, it's about coming up with a class project that has all the major parts: summary, introduction, discussion, conclusion, recommendation, and appendices. Okay, and all the minor parts: cover letter, title page, table of contents, and works cited page. So that's all your class project should have. This part, but as far as the content is concerned, you can be creative. Okay, you can imagine that you are an expert. You are being asked by this and that company, even to a company that hasn't existed yet, to study something, to study a problem, and then come up with a report showing how to deal with the problem. You can imagine the city council of the mayor of your city, of your town, okay, ask you to investigate a very specific problem and write a report. You can write a report mentioning the causes of the problem, the consequences of it, and then you mention a possible solution, how the city or the town could best deal with the problem based on your research. You can, I mean, do you understand what I'm talking about, everybody? You understand that? Yes or no?
Yes.
You can be,
Yes.
you can be really, really creative. What you come up with can be a combination of fiction and reality. Okay, you can because the key for me is about truthfulness here. The key is for you to understand. You know how to write this type of report.
Process.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, you get that? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back here. You remember we started last time we went over cover letter. Or before I get to that, do you have any additional updates you want to share with the class regarding your user manual? So I'm talking about the class project, the big project that's due at the end of the semester. But as you know, your current assignment is right here. You are asked to write a user manual for any electronic device, any mechanical device, any electrical device of your choice. So it's right here. Do you have any questions about the assignments, or do you have any updates to provide to the class? Do you have any questions about your user manual?
I don't think so, amigo. I think I follow the instruction and I have everything organized. And I even dropped the drawing for the welder, and I think I have that all done complete. What I add was I added two pictures from the two different point of view of the that's going to be for the project, the concrete bridge, and also the bridge made out of steel.
Yep.
How the difference and what the different consequences on the bridges, and according to some of the on the information they specify the
So
quality.
you're talking about the class project, right?
Yeah, this is the class project. Yeah, because the manual I think is I have it all wrapped up already, and I unless I add something new.
Everybody, did you what Manuel just said? Is basically done with the user manual. What does that mean? He has a lot of time in front of him to revise and revise and revise and revise and revise. By doing so, he will make the user manual better and better and better. This is the main advantage of starting working on your major assignment as early as possible. Everybody get that? Okay, what about others? Do you have any report on your user manual you would like to provide to our class? One.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have anything to say about your user manual? Do you have any question about it?
Any questions? No, I'm still trying to figure out what the layout, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job, and I could let you
tell
know.
the class again. You're going to what you're going to add your manual for?
It's
Device?
going. I'm sorry.
What device? What device?
Oh, the device.
Yeah, you're going to add your manual for what device? For an electronic
I
device?
have various devices. Is the phone or the air conditioner?
Okay.
And another one, but I haven't done that much work. But I don't think that I'm gonna do the final project. It's about the thermometer for a whole household. But
okay, but I think probably the phone may be the probably the most practical for you to tackle.
All right.
Because you have a lot to from that, and then you can decide what to include, what not to include. Does that make sense?
No problem. Yes,
and
sir.
the other thing, a conditioner or thermometer. I think we can do that too. You can do the thermometer. Okay, thermometer can, and also the air conditioner could work depending on how you frame it. Are you going to write it for simple user? Are you going to write it for professionals? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
what is it? So you get three good possibilities and in front of you. So at some point you have to settle on one of them and get your feet wet. That's mean start have a plan and then daily and daily. That's what it's all about. What about you, Ashley?
I'm in the same boat. Like I have a couple of items. I was thinking a record player, a gaming console, and then I was also thinking an air conditioner, but I don't want to do an air conditioner if everyone's gonna do that. I don't.
And thank you. And at some point you'll be able to decide which one is the best for the assignment. And there's something cool since the class is a community of writers who work together. Okay. So when everybody's done, or I don't even have to wait for everybody to be done. When any student is done with the user manual, I can give the student a few minutes of the class to do a presentation of the user manual to the whole class. Does that make sense? And then later on, if the student is ready to do likewise, the student will have the same opportunity to and my goal is that is to do the same thing for all the technical documents you have to write for the class, to give you opportunities to in a nutshell, to present your work, to explain what you have done to the class, and the class will have a golden opportunity to ask you a question. And also there is another benefit I should point out. I should say there's another benefit that I should point out is that after your presentation, they may want to provide some suggestion, telling you, okay, you add this, add that. You can take notes and then go back and improve what you have done to make it better. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, okay, that's a good report on the user manual. And once again, what I said, even if I have a deadline listed here, if you read carefully, you're able to see the deadline. I said October 23rd, but the deadline is not set in stone. The deadline is not set in stone. Once again, the only deadline that matters to me is that you submit all the required assignment by the last day of classes, which means by December 19th. No point will be taken away, okay? If you submit something after October 23rd. No. The only deadline that matters is December 19th. That's not an invitation to you to procrastinate. No. That's an invitation. I believe you're responsible. You take the class very seriously. You start working on everything as early as possible. Okay. So now we're going to go back to to the class project. So you can understand what's going to happen when you come in. I'm going to, once in a while, I'm going to give you something new, okay, to help you with all your assignments. And once I will be talking about the big project, the class project, and I also be talking about all the other assignments, the minor, the smaller documents you have to write for the class. So that will allow you to work on several things at the same time. You can be working on your manual and working on something else. And you can be working on, and that's something else. And at some point you feel comfortable to have another thing in your plate, and you can go back and then improve. But at any specific time, there will be an assignment. There will be a technical document that is your focus. That's the one you're spending most of your times on. But the other one, you can try it, and then before you know it, or you will feel good. You will know. You will have full confidence that before the end of the semester, you'll be able to submit everything that is required of you. And as I said, for this class, I'm using labor-based grading, which means that if you complete all the toilet discussion form, you contribute a discussion post, and you contribute all the other assignments, the technical documents, minor and major assignments, major documents, regardless of the grades you have in Blackboard, the grade that I will submit to the school for you will be the highest possible grade, will be an A, okay? But I have to remind you once again, what's important is not, grade is important, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is learning. So I'm giving you an opportunity to learn for personal growth and to learn for professional development. You're doing this, I mean, you're not doing this for fun. You're doing this, you spend a lot of time in this, okay? You're doing this to help you professionally and help you personally and help you otherwise. That's what it's all about. Remember that. And if you have this in mind, and you will tackle every assignment with a lot of confidence. But let me tell you what we're going to do now. So I'm going to scroll down. Let me tell you what you want. Everybody follow me. What I want to do now, I'm going to give you some time to do it, and then I'll come back and then discuss with you and then do everything. So what I want to do, before I did that, let me open this for you. Remember, I created this folder for you, okay? And I added to be continuing. That means throughout the semester, I'll be adding additional resources to help you. So make sure you check out this folder, okay? So I'll go click here. Everybody, what do you see here? I have a great resource. I have great resource from MIT about sentence structure of technical writing, basically about technical writing style. So make sure you check this document out. Even if you see, look at sentence structure of technical writing. It was written in 2006. Look at all the things. I had to plan. Everybody get that? I had to write in a clear way. Okay? I have to say what you have to say in a straightforward way. I have to be effectively simple, not just simple, effectively simple, using the right word choice, okay? Instead of using passive voice, you use active voice. You use active voice, okay? Instead of saying, I was given an important assignment by the manager, that's passive voice. Okay, you say the manager gave me an important assignment. Okay, that's far better. So you will learn how to use what is, you're supposed to commit to writing as a process. We have already touched on that, and then the process is explained here. You start thinking about what you're going to do. Everybody understand that? You think and we think and we think. Actually, you can wake up in the middle of the night you start thinking about something you're working on, and you have an outline. You do research. You have an outline. That's all part of the planning stage. Everybody understand that? The pre-writing stage. After you feel like you are an expert, you feel like you are ready, you feel like you are 100% ready to tackle the thing, you start writing. Okay? Actually, when I say start writing, if you have a good outline, you don't have to follow the outline sequentially. You can decide to work on one part, maybe a part in the middle, and the later one you work on an earlier part. After that, you work, and at the end of the day, everything will be put together. When I read it, I won't even know which part you started first, which part you started last. But I'll be able to see your document is well organized. Everything is fantastic. If you understand that, on what after you write, and then what happened? You revise every part. You revise every part. You try to make every part better. So the important thing is for you to have a goal for each part of your documents. Goal, I mean, how you want it to be. I want them to, for each part, I want them to be. And then you figure out how to make that happen. You understand that? Yeah, you're supposed to have yes, you're supposed to have you're supposed to be able to do that, to have goals for, and also even we talk about the writing process is not a linear process. It's not just 1, 2, and 3. That's why we see this thing right there. You see, is not linear at all. So basically, what does that mean? You can be drafting after doing so. You can be drafting a specific part, a specific part of your document, and then you go back to the rethinking stage, to the planning stage. You go back to doing more research so that you can write this. Does that make sense? After finishing writing it, you can revise. And then later on, you go back to it if you want. Or you put yourself in the reader's shoes. You say, oh, I need to do more research, to add more. And then you start. So it's a recursive, that's a keyword. It's a recursive process. I don't know whether you understand this word, recursive. R-E-C-U-R-S-I-V-E. Let me put that again. R-E-C-U-R-S-I-V-E is the technical writing process, is a recursive process as opposed to a linear process. Okay, you can oh, 1, I'm done with 1. 2, no, that's not the way it works. You can go back. You go 1, 2, 3, and you can go back to 1 again. You go to 3, you can go back from 3 to 1. Does that make sense? It's a recursive process. Okay, so that's why it's very important to start as early as possible. Everybody, I'm glad I explained this to you, and I know because I explained this to you, what's going to happen. You're going to spend time in this document. What's it? You're going to, it has only 24 pages. You're going to spend time learning about all these things, how to plan, how to write clearly, how to write in a straightforward way, how to write with effective simplicity. Not all simplicity is good. I say effective simplicity. Okay? Okay. And how to use the right word depending on your audience. Depending on your audience. If you're writing for experts, you can use sometimes some expertise, some expert jargons, words. But if you're writing for ordinary people, you have to put yourself in their shoes to see whether they'll be able to understand certain words. Everyone understand that? And this part is very important to understand the technical writing process and commit to it. You know, being committing to writing as a process is very important. Okay, the key is not the final product. The key is the process. When you see a great technical document, you have to understand the people or the person who wrote the document followed the writing process. What's in your hand is not the final product. Okay? All the steps the person followed are not known to you. But if you, in this class, you can assume the person followed the writing process. The person followed all the stages of the writing process, and the person did so in a recursive way. You see the circle? Recursive way. You see? The recursive way as opposed to a linear way. 1, 2, 3, and then done. No, it's a recursive way. Recursive way. Recursive way. That's the key word. Recursive way. Writing is a recursive process as opposed to a linear process. Everybody, are you not excited? I know before long, most of you will get inside this document and feed yourself. And what you learn from it will be applicable to everything you're going to do in this class. Will be applicable to your user manual, will be applicable to your class project, the big project, will be applicable to the unsolicited proposal you write, will be applicable to the complaint letter, will also be applicable to the incident report you have to get. And I can go beyond that, even constructing your discussion posts. Yes, you will write them in simple and straightforward and clear way. Okay, that's what it's about. You can be excited. You imagine. You can even think about being in a big company 10 years from now, 5 years from now. People know about your ability to write. You'll be asked to work with other people to create certain documents. You can create them for your own thing, for your own company, and you're supposed to feel, oh, you're able to do a good job. You're able to write whatever you have to write and do so as an expert. Okay, even writing like content for online users, you have to follow all the process to do that. You have to plan things. You have to think about clarity, the techniques you're to use, okay, to communicate in a clear way. The techniques you're to use to communicate in a very straightforward way. Writing for a technical writing class, writing a technical document is different. Is different from writing an essay. Okay? As you know, there was a difference between literary writing and technical writing. And everything from A to Z, let me read that again. Everything from A to Z is provided to you in a nutshell. All you need to do is to delve into these things, okay? And then before you know it, you'll be the one pointing out mistake. You'll be the one telling people, oh, I think you should revise this. You know, this is what you're supposed to do. And the more you write, applying the knowledge gained from this document, the better you become. As we often say, practice makes what? What practice makes
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, that's right. And before I move on, let me tell you, practice makes perfect. That's very important. I know some people sometimes they spend a lot of time working on things, practicing, but you know what? Sometimes they're practicing the wrong thing. They're practicing the wrong thing. That doesn't take them any far. So what I'm doing now is providing you with the right thing, the right knowledge. And when you start practicing, you practice the right thing. And because of that, you will have an edge over other people in the workplace and in your professional life. I can give you a sport analogy. Many of you have heard about Michael Jordan as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. How did Michael Jordan become Michael Jordan? Well, when he was very young, he learned from giants. He watched videos of great basketball players playing. He paid attention to their move, to how they behave. Okay, everything he learned the good things. And then he went to basketball courts, practicing alone or practicing with other people. Practicing what? All the good things he watched from the videos. Everybody understand that? And as he practiced, he became better and better and better to a point that he could say, oh, I got this. I can even be better than these people. So he built on what he had learned. Does that make sense? You do the same thing when you come to writing. Everybody do get it?
Yes, I got that.
Okay, what about the rest of you? Do you get this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, what about you, Ashley?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now what I'm going to do as everything is being recorded, let me double check to see I did that because I said a lot of good things. I want to make sure they are, yes, everything is was captured. That's good. That should be made available to people who are not able to make it to this class. I mean, for you to review. Let me tell you what I want to do now. I'm going to click pause. Let me see if I can do that. Okay. Oh, let me go back to where I was. Okay, remember I told you we're talking about this. That's a good thing. And then look at here. There's another important document that I have for you here. Okay, technical writing essential. The essential, the elements of technical writing. So you can go here. You can go here to know the building blocks. Okay, so you click here. You click here. Everybody see that? You will have another supplemental resource. Spend time skimming through it. You don't have to read everything 100%. Spend time skimming through it. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, let me go back here. What about here? That's in the handbook of technical writing. Hey, handbook of technical writing. The time that we have is very limited. All these things are available to you for free. For free. Probably you have heard the Chinese proverb that goes this way. Instead of giving you fish, I want to teach you how to fish. So you see what I'm doing? I do both, but most importantly, I'm teaching you how to learn. I'm providing you resources so that you can go beyond what is said every time you come here. You can go beyond what is written in your assignment. So these resources are for you to use depending on the goal you have for yourself, okay, with respect to technical writing. Okay, let's another one, 7 basic elements of graphic design. What do you say? 7 basic elements of graphic design. You have to know about the elements so that your documents can be eye-catchy, visually appealing, line, shape, color, I choose space, I choose every. So you have to get inside of this to get to know the elements, the key elements of design, the key element of document design. Everybody understand that? 1 second. One second. Okay, let me go back here. So, okay, 1 second, going back a little bit. So it's very important for you to spend time getting, and if you go down further, you're able to see I have for you other things, but that's not even all. I have other documents that I will share with you throughout the semester. I'll go to the same page and I'll be adding them. So it's your job to go inside of them. Okay. Remember, some of you now, most of all of you want to come up with great visual manual for this. Look at here. I have a document here about manual writing. And the other document is very important, the principle of document design. You have to go over here. There was a YouTube video that I posted for you. You have to make sure you watch it, that talk about principle of document designs. Okay? What is your manual is a document, but you have to know, it's not just the text, you have to know how to design it. Okay? So once again, over the weekend or before next class, make sure you at least skim through all the documents that are listed on this page. And as you do so, think about how you might apply your knowledge to the whole class. Okay, everybody? So what I want to do now, I want to go back here. And I want to go back here. Go back here. Okay, and then what I want you to click on this document. Remember, as a reminder, we're focusing now on the minor parts of your class project. Cover letter, title page or cover page, table of contents, and the works cited page at the end, or the reference page, depending on whether or not you use MLA or APA. So we talk about the cover letter, the guideline for the cover letter last time. We talk about the guideline for the title page as well, okay? And we saw examples. You were able to comment on the example. You were able to say whether you thought the examples are fully in line with the guidelines. So today we're going to shift to something different. So probably going to, let's go over here. Let's click on that. I'm going to scroll down. You see all the 9 parts are listed here. As you know, some of the parts are minor parts, other parts are major parts. So we talk about cover letter or cover page. That means when you see the slide, that means or cover page or title page. You can call the that page called a title page or cover page. And then after that, we talk about letter of transmitter. Remember, we talk about that. You have to have a letter like to transmit the document. Okay, the letter can be, if you say something you work for outsiders, that's going to be letter. If it's something, if you work your project for your company, for insiders, the name is memo. Okay, memo for insiders. And you get an example. Remember that? That's an example of memo.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? If you're writing your for insider, you're supposed to follow this. You don't have to add the word memo, but I should be able to see two colon the name of the, for example, if you write it for a CEO, your CEO name, you mention the person's as a CEO of, or whatever, and then form, if it's you or your company, whatever, or you write it to other people, I should be able to see that here. The subject or the is about the date, and then you follow the instruction, you follow the guidelines in this document for memo. Similarly, if it's something for outsiders, for example, you wrote it for the governor of Massachusetts, okay? It's going to follow this one, okay? You're gonna have this, and then what else is going to have, okay, the name of the person you wrote it for, okay? So like Governor Baker, okay, things like that, you know, or the president, like president of the Social Security College, okay, president so and so. So that's very important. The title of your thing, everything, and then you follow the same format for the paragraph of your letter, okay? And so what do you know? Well, you have to make sure, and you have some comments, okay? You have all the guideline. You have transmitted the guideline too. You with the guideline, okay? What the letter should include? What the letter should include? Guideline number 3. If people help you, you acknowledge them, and that it's just something you did alone, and then show you how to do that. What else? What guideline 4? It's about memos, what to include, what not to include. And this thing now, what we have here is about the table of contents. So that's the only thing I'm going to touch on today. So I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to give you some time to read the table of content guidelines. You see all the guidelines? Got a table of content guidelines and be ready to report. We're not going to do illustration today. I want you to just read the guidelines for table of contents. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to re-explain again how to get the guideline for table of content. Everybody watch me. You click here, and then you click on course project. And after that, you click here, and then you scroll down. That's a document you support to that details the guideline for table of content. So as you can see, cover letter is a minor part of the class project. Title page is a minor part. We already discussed this. And table of content is another minor part. Okay. We have not touched on the major part yet. So go here, you click on this document. You scroll down and read the guidelines. Okay, the guideline for table of content. And then after that, when you're done, I can show you a table of content to see in what way it's in line with the guideline. I think that we can take about probably maybe 5 minutes, I don't know, or 4 to go over the guidelines, and I will show you an example. Okay, do that. Maybe take 3 to 4 minutes to go over the guideline for table of content. I put the first guideline on the screen, but you have to open your document on your side to see them. I put, okay, to see them yourself. So I'm going to click on pause. I give you 3 to 4 minutes to go over the guidelines and pause. Resume recording. Okay. I think you read all the guidelines. Let me tell you what are you supposed to do. We don't have to say anything now about it. What I want to do. I want you with this guideline MR, with your knowledge of the guideline for table of content, I want you over the weekend or before next class, I want you to go here, click here, scroll down. You see I have example class project, some of which from formation of mine. Oh, there is one from a professional. Okay, so I want to read the professional one and read the sample formal report from formation of mine. See whether or not the table of contents are in line with the guidelines you have learned about. Okay, and then be able to tell me which one you think is the best, which table of contents you think is the best. So if you scroll down, okay, everybody see that? We're going to see how this, make sure you check it. I'm going to go to another class now, so but make sure you look at this to see whether it follows the guidelines you from the documents you just use, and then do the same for the table of contents, a proposal from formation of mine, to see, do the same to see whether they are in line with the guideline, and be ready to share your findings with the, or your what I say, your judgment with the whole class. So I'm going to stop the recording, and then if you have something to say, I will have 1 minute to listen to what you have to say.